Hey friends, this is Nick, and I call my channel DZ Performance, and I really appreciate you tuning in. The project that I'm extremely excited to bring you this week is I had the opportunity to go down to Austin, Texas to dyno test with my friend, legendary cylinder head porter engine builder, Mark Jones of Vortech Pro. The motors that I'm going to run or show you that I ran this last week is my 383 with Trick Flow 175 cylinder heads and my 496 with Trick Flow 280 cylinder heads. My 496 big block Chevy and my 383. Let me show you a little bit of road trip footage and the dyno pulls with Mark Jones. I'll be back to give you complete specs and review the numbers with you.
Got enough? Yeah. Carburetor's not going shut. Oh wow. Hold on here, hold on. Let's check this. Look at that, came back to 07. This should be exactly what the motor makes. That's exactly what it makes right there.
Okay, I'm back. In this video, I'm going to cover my 496 and give you the specs and results on it. I'll make another video very soon on my 383 small block Chevy that has the trick flow heads. It just happened that I took two motors that had trick flow heads on it. I'm not sponsored by them. The cylinder heads on the 496 are actually not mine, which on this channel, the testing you see me do, almost all the parts are mine and not given to me in any way, but these happen to be loaned to me by Eric Weingartner. They were given to him by Trick Flow for testing, but they've just been tested on my motors. So this motor's been well traveled. I've tested it 4 times at my home shop in Central Kansas, the one that I use the most, I would call my home, to go to for dyno testing. And then I've taken it down to Dunsworth, and me and Eric Weingartner's tested this 496 twice and done cylinder head comparisons, intake comparisons. It has been to McVeigh's out in Ohio, the home shop of Old Man's Garage, Bill out there. Bill met us over there, and we did carburetor testing and had a good time visiting with those guys from Old Man's Garage. But let me run over the specs on this 496, because I know not everybody's heard me give them a bunch of times. There's previous videos on this motor, but what it is it is a mid-70s 4-bolt main block, bored 60 over, so it's a 4.31 bore. It has a scat lightweight forged steel crankshaft that's a 4¼ inch long stroke. Once again, it's forged steel. It has a Milodon windage tray on it. It has a Summit Racing deep pan on the motor. It has Mall Power Pack 18cc domes. It's got the 6.385 rod by Scat forged steel also. The camshaft in this project is a custom cam of mine. It is 243 thousandths at 50 degrees on the intake. It's a 254 on the exhaust. It's a 108 centerline. It is a 635 valve lift, and it was ground on a billet core. So, you know, that's the camshaft. I am running solid lifters on this motor. It is designed for hydraulic lifters, but a lot of times I dyno test on solid just because they're so reliable and consistent. A motor that I know is going to make a lot of dyno pulls. So the cylinder heads that I have on this motor is, like I say, one that I previously told you, they are borrowed Trick Flow 280s. They are not CNC ported. They're as cast. The spring pack on them, I really can't tell you. Eric Weingartner set them up for me for this test, for testing with this motor when he loaned them to me. I ran a Victor Jr. intake. The rockers are Pro Comp rockers by Comp Cams. The intake is a Victor Jr., the 1-inch open spacer, and I ran my Pro Systems 1000 CFM. And like I say, I took it down to Mark Jones and dyno tested with him, which he prides himself in having an extremely accurate dyno. So, corrected at Mark Jones's dyno, I got a 663 horsepower and a 646 foot-pounds of torque. Now, part of what this test was all about was Mark was giving me a little bit of a lesson on correction factors. We dyno tested in 70-degree air outside in his mobile station that he dyno tested in, and the conditions was very, very good. We're only allowing a correction factor here of 40 horses, 41 horsepower it looks like. And where a lot of times a dyno will go awry or is if you have a huge correction factor. Dyno rooms many times are 100 and some degrees, and sometimes the correction factor can show a little different readings when it's allowed to correct that much. And I learned a lot down there dynoing with Mark, and I thought I would just bring you this project. I will soon release my 383 test. I was very happy. It has a bootlegger cam in it, off-the-shelf bootlegger. Well, this is Nick. Thanks for tuning in.